Scorpios. Scorpios, you when you make a decision and you commit, you're not nice to yourself. So Mars and Leo is, Scorpio's like, oh, I have to be the one to carry the dead body. I have to be the one to bury the body. I have to be the one, it's like you said you had to. You signed yourself up for that. And then, of course, when you're upset, you're like, I've got to do all this. And it's just like, wait a second. No one asked you to be the police officer. No one asked you to do that. You, out of your sense of integrity or whatever, forced yourself and made a slave out of yourself. You were not very loving when you chose to do that or forced yourself to do that. So I think Scorpios are changing their motives and what they decide and how they decide and what goes into a decision. And honestly, Scorpio should be me. Because most of you, there are bad Scorpios who are already me, okay? Usually born before Halloween, just say that. But those are rare. They give you a bad reputation, but that's not who the fuck of you are. Most Scorpios won't fuck with you if you don't step on them, right? And so for the most part, being me, is not going to end up becoming this, this dictator. You're not going to go too far with it. I think there's a fear you're going to go too far with it.
Right.
When Mars goes into Cancer, it's a life purpose, crisis. Because at that point, you're not sure, well, what's the meaning of life if I'm not sacrificing myself for the y'all? What's the meaning of life if I'm not this, the executioner? What's the meaning of life if I'm not the one to throw myself in front of a moving car to save the baby? And these are all things Scorpios do all the time in their own sense of heroism, of their old school way of identifying. So I think that Scorpios are ultimately up for a new career, but you're seeing the very beginnings of it right now with setting themselves up for shitty jobs.
Yeah, I'm going to confirm, yes. But, when the retrograde is in Leo, I'm really feeling that they're going to feel lost because they're just showing them kind of wandering and just not completing things and feel like they don't belong. And they're going to have a burst of wanting to get out of their shell, but they don't know how to do that in a sense because they've been so, privy to their routine. And so then I feel like their routine isn't working. So let me try something new, but it's not really working for them. And so they're going to feel scattered for a little bit. But I think that due to the frustration of feeling scattered with the retrograde in Leo, then when it gets to Cancer, all of a sudden, that's why I agree with you in the career thing. They're going to have a spoke of, I've been wanting to write that book. I just feel the urge I'm going to get that done. And, a new career, new job change. So I feel like anything new that we're wanting to start happens when in Cancer, retrograde in Cancer. So I think that in order to get them there, they're gonna have to feel like misplaced, like a misfit. Like I'm just now starting to come out of my shell and no one's around me. What the fuck? No one's answering my call right now. I'm here now. It's like, well, you've been in isolation for so long and no one wants to hear about it, right? So, so I think that when they learn how to really kind of then put that active energy, that rambunctious energy into whatever project they wanted to start. And if they didn't have a project, something will come to mind. I think that's where I do see a new project, new career, right? New investment of hobby. So new expression manifests in Cancer for Scorpios.
You hear that, Diane? Send a voicemail, please.
That's right, Diane is Scorpio. That makes sense.
Sending her to voicemail. That's so funny.
It's Sirius Joy.